Welcome back, everybody. It's Friday, November 2nd, 2023. Born on this date in 1963, NFL Pro Bowl tackle Howard Ballard of Asheville. He played on those Buffalo Bills Super Bowl teams of the early 90s. Now, today we have a John Rogers update, an execution to be scheduled, convenience stores, and an astronaut's passing. I'm Mike Morgan, and we're down in Alabama. State Representative John Rogers has been ordered to stay put in the Coleman County Jail until he can find a home situation in which a chaperone can keep him from violating bond, reports AL.com's Hannah Denham. Now, this was the order from U.S. Magistrate Judge Stacey Cornelius, who had Rogers jailed this past Monday after he FaceTime called a witness for the prosecution in his bribery case. Now, Rogers, a Birmingham Democrat, has another hearing set for Monday. Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall said the Alabama Supreme Court has given the state the go-ahead on what could be the first execution by nitrogen hypoxia, reports AL.com's Mike Kaysen. Kenneth Eugene Smith beat, stabbed, and killed Elizabeth Dorleen Sennett for money in 1988 in Colbert County. He's been convicted by juries twice, confessed to the crime, and has been on death row since 1996. Marshall wrote on social media, quote, Elizabeth Sennett's family has waited an unconscionable 35 years to see justice served. Though the wait has been far too long, I am grateful that our talented capital litigators have nearly gotten this case to the finish line, end quote. Now, it may or may not be as simple as that sounds. While the legislature approved the use of nitrogen hypoxia as a form of execution, no state has yet used it, and Smith's lawyers have vowed to continue to pursue their legal options. Now, as of this recording, the governor has yet to set a timetable for an execution. The big brand convenience store / travel center business is growing in the Southeast, with these large chains finding success, offering unique experiences. You have Buc-ee's with its Texas-sized stores, brisket, beaver nuggets, and shopping, now with 4 locations in Alabama. Stuckey's of the pecan log roll has reportedly been making a comeback on the business side, with its Georgia management leaning more into candy production. And Wawa is much less well known at this point in Alabama. It is, after all, a Philadelphia-based East Coast chain, but that's changing a little as locations keep opening on the Gulf Coast. The Wawa folks broke ground Thursday at a Mobile location. They just held a groundbreaking in June for the Fairhope store, and they announced future locations in Mobile and Sims. Wawa is a convenience store that's unique from those other destination stores I mentioned, but it's similar in that it's managed to build up a heavy brand loyalty. It's known for its clean bathrooms, fresh groceries, and deli counters. The business plan for the past couple years has included building up the Wawa presence in coastal Alabama and throughout the Florida Panhandle. NASA confirmed yesterday that former astronaut and Auburn University graduate Ken Mattingly has passed away. His full name was Thomas Kenneth Mattingly II, and many knew him as TK. Mattingly started out as a Navy pilot. His career highlights include flying the command module in an orbit around the moon during the Apollo 16 landing, and for his role helping the craft and crew of the ill-fated Apollo 13 mission return to Earth safely after he was taken off that flight because he had been exposed to rubella. Now, if you've seen the film Apollo 13, and it should be a U.S. citizenship requirement that you do, you might know that he was portrayed by the great actor Gary Sinise. Mattingly also flew space shuttle missions. He earned his bachelor's degree in aeronautical engineering in 1958. After a space shuttle Columbia landed in 1982, President Reagan even introduced Mattingly and fellow crewman Henry Hartsfield as sons of Auburn. Ken Mattingly was 87 years old. Thank y'all so much for listening. We're going to be back here about Monday. You have a great weekend. Come by and see us anytime you want to. We're on the World Wide Web at AL.com.